It's about that time.
Coming to you live every Wednesday night.
Fantasy start and sit advice with your boy PL.
And Michigan Mike, let's go.
We talking about
all things fantasy.
We talking about
all things fantasy.
We talking about
all things fantasy.
Mike and PL,
the Fantasy Show.
What's up, football family? Welcome to week 11 of the Fantasy Football Show. I am your co-host, Mr. PL Culture, and flanked to my right is my right-hand man, Mr. Michigan Mike, Michael Hassol.
What's up?
What's going on, Michigan Mike, man? You ready to talk some fantasy football?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, man. So we're in week 11, man, and it's coming down to the wire. At least in the 2 leagues we're in, it's pretty tight races, huh?
Yeah, everyone has about the same record, and it all comes down to points.
All right, it all comes down to points, and that's what we're here for this week, to help you maximize the points on your roster for week 11, because we want you to meet us in the fantasy afterlife, those playoffs. So without further ado, Mike, we'll get started now. Out this week, we got Dallas, the New York Jets, Jacksonville, Baltimore, plenty of starters across the board.
Yeah, I mean, luckily the people have us, so we're there for them.
All right, we are there for the peeps. Now, we'll get started right away. All right, Ryan Matthews, running back, San Diego Chargers. He's finally back, missed pretty much all the season with a leg injury. Comes back to a lineup that faces the Oakland defense, 27th against the run, over 130 yards a game. Mike, I say he's a safe deploy back into your lineup. He's actually going to be the first and second down back. But for Oliver owners, who's actually been the starter in waiting, what say you about him?
I actually like Oliver better than Ryan Matthews. I just think he's actually been leading the Chargers throughout the run game. And he actually had some pretty good runs last week. They just got called back for penalty reasons. So I would choose Oliver.
Okay, now, Oliver, he's been doing his thing. Ryan Matthews will be the goal line back, so we shall see. As a matter of fact, last year when he split the backfield with Danny Woodhead, both had fantasy value in the playoffs. So we'll see if that can continue for the Chargers. Now, Fred Jackson, another running back that was out, returned last week in spot duty, 49 total yards, 4 receptions against Kansas City. Mike, what say you, man?
I'm a little skeptical about him. I wouldn't pick him up.
No, well, I would pick him up, but I definitely wouldn't play him this week against Miami's defense. That's pretty tough against the run. Plus, eased back in. We'll have to monitor his touches going forward to see if he's fully healed. He has been injury prone.
Yeah.
Now, another team that has injury proneness, if you will, the Denver Broncos, man. Losing running backs left and right. I think they're working on their third one now, but the good news is they're all productive. I don't know. I guess back to the Terrell Davis days. I mean, anybody you throw back there behind that Denver line is going to get it done. Mm-hmm. This week, C.J. Anderson comes in for Ronnie Hillman. Last week, Mike, the guy came in and went off, man. 90 rushing yards, 4 catches for 73 yards, and a touchdown. Pretty good stuff, man.
Yeah, I would definitely pick him up.
All right, this week he gets a Rams defense that's 25th against the run, so he should have plenty of room to operate in that high-powered Broncos offense. Now, RG3. Now, I know we talked about him in tongue-in-cheek all year. He's back. He was actually back 2 weeks ago. They were on bye last week. Put up 252 yards, a touchdown and interception against the Minnesota Vikings, who are pretty solid against the pass. Mike, does he deserve your start this week?
No. No, I mean, most people on the show or that listen to the show know how I feel about RG3. I wouldn't pick him up.
Yeah, I say this week, I would have to play RG3, man. Anybody who's playing Tampa Bay's defense, 31st against the pass, 277 yards a game. I say if I was back there, you might want to start me against that defense. We shall see. Now, there's wide receivers down the board. We got Steve Smith Sr. out. We got Des Bryant, of course, out. Mike, who's a wide receiver that they may want to check out on the waiver wire this week?
I would definitely check out Jordan Matthews, wide receiver of Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not just biased. He also went off.
I mean, you are biased.
I am biased. I said not only.
Okay, good stuff.
But it seems like he might be a favorite target for Sanchez, which is now the starter for the Philadelphia Eagles. Since Sanchez came in the last couple games, Matthews has gone for 10 catches, 178 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
So definitely pick him up if he's still out there.
Good job by you, Michigan Mike. Pick that guy up. Now, Mike, what are your games to watch this week?
So a couple of games to watch this week. High-scoring games will be Eagles at Packers. I will do a disclaimer on this one. If the weather gets bad, like it might, then I would definitely check that, especially for passing or wide receivers. They might start to run the ball more.
Okay.
Bengals at the Saints. That one is indoors, so no worry there. It'll be a high-scoring game.
All right.
And the Patriots at the Colts.
Now, I'm really looking forward to that game. I mean, even fantasy aside,
Yeah, that'll be a good game because Tom Brady don't like to lose to young kids.
No, I mean, any elite quarterback, I mean, Tom Brady, that's when you see the real Tom Brady. Now, good stuff by you, man. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever you hear that buzzer, you know it's time for this week's
Homer alert.
Now, Andre Johnson owners, Andre Johnson, wide receiver of the Houston Texans. If you plan on starting him this week, you are officially, my friend, on Homer Alert. Mike, got a couple of red flags on the field on this one.
All right.
For starters, they made a change at quarterback. Ryan Mallett gets his first start of the season, and it's week 11. Looks like they gave up on Fitzpatrick out there, huh, man?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, Ryan Mallett is sketchy because we haven't seen him in a while since probably preseason, and he played a little for the Patriots.
Right, that was with a completely different team.
And I guess we can throw in Michigan there too.
Go Blue!
So, yeah, I mean, you don't really know what you're going to get out of him.
Right, and that's a scary proposition, like you said, with points being at a premium this late in the season. And the matchup is pretty brutal, too. The Cleveland Browns have been getting it done on the back end against the pass. How did they hold Andy Dalton to negative pass? I mean, negative fantasy numbers. I mean, it was negative numbers, Mike.
I don't know.
Okay, so that's cause for concern. So you may want to think about that before you put him in your lineup. Now, if you have any questions, you can feel free to always hit us up on Twitter. You can reach me at PL Culture. That's at PLCOLTER. You can always reach my co-host at
Michael Hasso. That's MICHAELJASSO.
Life is a sport, so always play to win.
Go Blue.